Hello, it's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Let's talk about, and I'm in my pajamas, of course. Let's talk about Kamala Harris and some predictions with Kamala Harris. I will be doing all the presidents, and then one day I will put them all together, and that day will definitely be before their inauguration or election day. But for now, we're doing one by one, and I'm choosing to do Kamala Harris first, even though some people might want to do Biden first, but I'm pretty sure you don't need to look at the stars to know what's going to be happening with Biden, but we'll do Biden next. So just briefly, I want to say, I'm looking at my notes down here. I want to tell you that she's a Gemini rising, a Libra sun, and an Aries moon. Ooh, I didn't know she was Aries moon. That gives her a little spice. People who are Libras are very charming. They're into networking, people pleasing. Relationships are very important to them, and seeking harmony and having a balance. Diplomacy over directness is usually what Libras represent. And she has a Mercury in Scorpio, so that makes her somewhat more intense than that surface level energy with Libra. She could be very strategic. Now that Sun is conjunct her Mercury, so that makes her a very persuasive communicator. To some, not to me. She could be decisive yet considerate, but I would think with that Mercury in Scorpio and it conjunct that Sun that she has some strategy when she's thinking, especially when it comes to herself and her ego. She was born on a full moon, and usually that mostly means that her parents didn't get along. Her mom was probably selfish and her father was probably a people pleaser. People who have a moon in Aries tend, depending on their aspects, they tend to be a great leader. However, her emotional responses could cause her to be impulsive. But back to that full moon aspect, she could always have some inner and external conflict, her tension between herself and others. Now, she's a Gemini rising, so we want to always look at her Mercury. It's very important to her, and we'll get into that as we get into some predictions. However, Mercury is in her 6th house, so I would think that she is somewhat of a hard worker and thinks long term and really knows how to process and organize things. I wonder if she's really into, just a side note, it just makes me think that she's probably into routines or love pets or just very strategic and organized with her thoughts. Maybe even a workaholic. Now, she has a night chart, so that means her benefic planet, the planet that's very positive for her, is Venus, and also her malefic planet is Mars. So that's something that's really something she has to work against. Speaking of that malefic planet, let's talk about her Mars. She has a Mars in Leo, and that Mars in Leo is squaring Jupiter in Taurus, and so she could be very overconfident and take a lot of risks. I also want to say, first of all, I should have said this at the beginning, that Saturn in Aquarius sitting on her ascendant, she was definitely going to be a leader that brought something different to the world. The first female vice president in the world, right? But she could be excessive and very ambitious and really boisterous about herself. So now we have a little frame of her personality. Let's talk about her currently. Currently, Uranus in the sign Taurus is conjunct her ascendant. So she has some hidden strengths here that we cannot see. Maybe there's some challenges and there's about to be some open conflict that will be coming our way. Mars in that 12th house makes her have secret motives or secret forces, or her energy is being held back a little bit. She's reluctant in having some conflicts with this placement. Now, Uranus in that 12th house is that there's some hidden rebellion energy or something different is hidden here. So she's going to have some increased energy coming up when this Mars, especially when it moves into that 1st house. She's going to be very excited, overextending herself, probably overcommitting more than ever. Let me close the window. Sudden opportunities and some sudden changes happening with her. Now, Mars conjunct Uranus in that 12th house and conjunct that ascendant is that she's unleashing her potential now. We see her more than ever. All this time it's like we haven't been hearing from her. I haven't. And now she's about to come to the stage. There's some hidden energies coming to the forefront, and that Gemini aspect adds the communicative layer to it, so she'll be talking about it more than ever. Also, the Gemini adds that youthful aspect, so everyone who has been down and out about Biden being older, here she comes with the youthfulness. Now let's talk about Neptune currently in the sky. It's retrograding in 29 degrees. That's a very critical degree. There's a sense of crisis, end of a cycle. There's heightened sensitivity because Neptune is in the sign Pisces. And that retrograding is like there's a revelation or there's introspection. So because she has this in her 10th house of career, and she also has Saturn in that 10th house of career, There is some uncover hidden truths here. Makes me think that there are some secrets of every kind happening when it comes to her career and her public image. There's either some hidden forces, a hidden career life, but there's something hiding here, and it makes me very suspicious. Also, when you have Saturn and Pisces in that 9th house, she has that balancing her dreams of her career versus the reality of what's really expected. Now, Neptune in Pisces is squaring her North Node. So she does have some confusion about her future and where she's headed. Unsure really of what her purpose in life is. And those hidden forces in that 12th house is really challenging her future. It's going to get stronger and stronger until July 18th. Venus enters Leo July 11th. Right? So Leo energy does represent presidency. So maybe there'll be an attraction towards her for being more of the president. And it enters her 3rd house, which is all about discussions and communication. So we'll probably be discussing it more. However, when Venus enters the sign Leo, it will be opposing Pluto in Aquarius, which means there will be some power struggles far as her image and her aesthetics and her beauty and her just being a female. There will be an impact on the broad audience. There'll be some probably intense interactions. Hopefully we'll see it. Hopefully it'll be televised, right? Pluto in the 9th house, and that's all about publication. But maybe there'll be some truths that's going to be revealed with this, because Pluto likes to get what's hidden and bring it out to the truth. However, it will be something different because Pluto is in the sign Aquarius. But she will have intense scrutiny, and there will be something that she needs to manage as far as her public image. Now let's quickly talk about Election Day. Now Uranus is a planet that could represent presidency. However, Uranus is in her 12th house. That just to me means like hidden opportunities, behind the scenes strategies. And the sun also represents presidency. And the sun will be in the sign Sagittarius during election day. Her sun is in the 7th house. So there is a focus of relationships. Could be a focus of her public image as well. And it could be a sign of that she's very popular. There's enhanced public appeal. She's building a strong alliance. Mercury is also in that 7th house. Remember, Mercury is a very important planet for her because she's a Gemini rising. So there's a huge focus on relationships, and it looks like worldly relationships because it's in a sign Sagittarius. Venus is her benefic planet, and that's in the 8th house, and that does present some power or things that are very mysterious as well. And Venus will be in a sign Capricorn, which is about her career. Because I can go on, and election day, I don't know the process of the election. I don't know if it lasts for 7 days or just 1 day. I moved on to the inauguration day. Now, the inauguration day made me look at something else, but we'll get into that in a brief second. All of these planets are in her house of career, public image. That says a lot. Her North Node, which is like her future, in Pisces is ending, and it's also in 29 degrees. So it's like this future of this hidden thing is ending during inauguration day. There's a closure of some sort, and I wonder if it's a closure of her not winning. However, Jupiter is in her 1st house, and that means she's very happy whatever the outcome is on inauguration day, and she's communicating about it. There's a huge focus on her, actually. So Venus being in her 10th house makes me think whatever the outcome is, she is very happy about it. Her planet of luck and career is great. However, it's in a sign Pisces, which will be in a sign Pisces for everyone during inauguration day. This makes me think that there's still something hidden. It will be sitting on top of her Chiron, which is the planet of healing. This great energy that's very positive, and it's giving her some type of healing. I cannot say if she's going to be president. You're going to have to check out the part when I compare all the president's charts together, everyone who's running for president. What I can say, which is very, very important, is that the day of the inauguration, we have Pluto that is going to conjunct the sun. When these two planets are hugging together, this is going to bring some intensity. There are going to be some challenging of belief, increased global awareness, and there's something with justice and ethics being huge here. This made me so sidetracked that I couldn't even focus on if Kamala was going to win, because now you're talking about there could be a huge transformation in leadership because they're in the sign Aquarius. This is something that is so out of the box and so different. We may not be able, like, I can't even tell you what it's going to be other than that it will be different. There is going to also be this sense of drive for change. It can represent a huge rebellion, a huge revolution. There's definitely going to be some controversy. There's going to be disruption in anything that was traditional. It also represents expect the unexpected and a huge transformation with this unexpected event. This could cause some tension and conflicts. There's going to be a shift in the collective consciousness. This also could represent some technology change, or maybe we had a technology change and now this is brought into the forefront. The sun has now highlighted this technical disruption. Whatever it is, we're going to have to be flexible and adaptable, because this energy is definitely going to bring that. I will do Biden in part 2, and then I'll do Trump. I want to do Michelle. Let me know who you think should join this list. If you want a personal reading, click the link in the bio. If you want a free reading, I also have that available for you too. I will see you next time. Bye.